Hey guys, I am back in the kitchen. Hope everyone had a great Mother's Day weekend. Oh my goodness, I did. I'm gonna upload a video today of that. But right now, I'm back. It's gonna rain all week, so we had a beautiful weekend. There was no rain. There was rain Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no weekend. We went away about an hour and a half away from my little town here and stayed overnight because we weren't sure what the drive was going to be like. So I'm glad we did that, and we were able to look at two different malls in the Richmond area. Right now, I am making some good nourishing soup with some lemon in it. It's just chicken noodle soup, but I got carrots, potatoes, some chicken, garlic pieces. Hope you can see that. I don't know where the camera is showing, right there. And then I put some lemon in it, squeeze some lemon juice. I'm gonna cut this potato so I can probably just leave it there. I just don't want the chicken to fall apart in there. The chicken was already cooked. I've got some left over right there that I'm gonna make a little something with. Then I've got some ham I'm gonna make in the oven and some rice. And I'm gonna fry some plantains. But so far what I did today was I did go ahead and cut my papaya. It was ripe. It was perfect. And I just put it in this little container here. Cut them up so that we can eat them. And I've already had my share of it. This morning I'll probably have some cereal because I have some leftover salad I'm gonna eat. But guys, I gotta tell you about what happened during the Mother's Day trip. So yesterday on our way home, my daughter decided that, she said for the Mother's Day, we're gonna have dinner or it was kind of a lunch because we knew it was gonna be packed and we were coming back here home. So we went to Maggiana, something like that. Maggiani restaurant. And they had some in Florida. So we went. We got there at 12, so it was not packed or anything. We got our booth and everything. The waitress was drunk. She literally was drunk. First, they offered us because it's Mother's Day, some alcohol, but we don't drink, so we said no. But I don't know what was going on with her, but she was drunk. She was really tipsy. She got all the tables mixed up and didn't know where the foods would go to. And they had some kind of a special that everybody was taking advantage of, $48 per person. And then I have the menu also, and I'll insert that. And you probably see it on the picture, because I did put some pictures of what some of the food looked like. But you're wondering, well, where's the main course? It's not there because we never was able to get to it. You had appetizer. So we were only able to get the appetizer and just a salad from another section, and then there was going to be two more sections. Something like that. We never got to the two more section. We just got to the appetizer. We left at 2 o'clock. So we left there around 2:30, I think. Because we were like, or maybe it was a little bit over after 2 we left, because we were like, we can't wait anymore. And others were waiting, but we noticed what was happening is foods were coming out, they were giving to the wrong people. So I saw something that looked like our meal. First of all, she skipped one section. She only gave us the salad from that one section. And that was fine because we don't eat calamari and we weren't going to be eating fried zucchini or anything. So, okay, that's fine that you can give that away. But the main course, which was the shrimp, and my daughter was going to try some kind of a fettuccine with chicken, another type of meatball with something, and I was going to do the beef, because you get to choose 4 to share. Even though you're paying $48 per person, you get you just get two or something. She was saying first she told it was 4, it was 2. We didn't care because but I noticed that our meal was sitting up on the bar area. And there were other people that came in after, and the waitress didn't come and bring the food. She had like some young guys in the back that was bringing out the food, and they didn't know which table to put them. So then I saw another person, waiter or waitress. She didn't know what to do, so she was looking and she was going and asking the people at the bar, hey, do you order whatever? And there was a lady with 2 young boys and whatever, and I guess they were like, oh yeah, we'll take it because da da da. So there was 2 other meal sitting there, and I noticed she took it to the waitress at the bar, and a lady, and the lady was like a waitress, and she was like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, thank you so much. She was putting the to-go bag in a little container so she could take it after work. And I was like, did she just give our food away? So waitress comes, and we're saying to her, hey, it's going on 2 o'clock. Well, first when we started seeing other stuff were coming out, other people were waiting, she started telling us, yeah, I understand if you want to leave. And I didn't understand. I thought she was talking about if we left a bad review or something. And I remember saying, no, we don't use bad review. My daughter was listening more. And she says, Mom, I can't believe it. She was saying she can understand if we want to leave. And I was like, why? We just want to know how much longer, because those 2 hours, we could have used it to shop more, look around more. So then she couldn't tell us when the food may come out. She was like, well, it's the holiday. We're like, oh yeah, we understand that. Yeah, no problem with that. But we just kind of want to know, are we up next or what's going on? My daughter could have gone and go shop, and then I just call her and says, hey, because Dillard's was right there. The food is on the table, But she couldn't tell us, and we're like, oh, wait a minute. And then other meals came out, and there was people before us was waiting. They didn't get anything. But then a person that came after us with some little kids, they were going up to her and say, hey, and she was like, yeah, we'll take that and whatever. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh my God. So people were getting tipsy from the little drink that they were offering. So they were kind of sedated and could just sit there and wait. And then she was like, is there anything I can get you? And I'm like, no, we just need our food. And we were being nice to her, really. We weren't upset. We were like, no, we just need to know when it's going to come, because if you can't bring our food, what else is it that you can bring out here when the appetizers and the other stuff ain't even coming out correct? So what are you talking about? So we were like, tomorrow, today my daughter has to go to work. We don't have time for this. And then we start realizing that because then we start noticing that the guys that were coming out with food, they were so upset with her. So all the tables was a mess. She didn't know who ordered what or whatever. She had this little piece of paper, was looking, she was glazed over. You could tell she was drunk. My daughter said when she was pouring the other people drink, it kept spilling. And she kept saying, drip, drip, drip. And I was like, oh my God. So we had to just leave. So when we came home, we ordered in from Outback, the rest. So my daughter said, do we have to pay for anything here, like the appetizer? No, it's okay if you leave. I thought that was kind of odd. And we even asked for the manager to say, hey, do you know when the food's coming out? And she was like, oh, they kicked me out of the kitchen. It was the weirdest thing. I've never experienced that in my life. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to call today and just tell them about the experience, the manager, because of course no one would answer the phone yesterday. So I was like, I'm going to call. What am I going to complain about? But guess what? I took pictures of the stuff that came out, and when she was repouring some strawberry lemonade for my daughter, and I got pictures of her hands with her fingernails painted with palm trees on them. So all I have to do is tell the manager exactly who it was. That was our waitress, and how drunk she was. You cannot be. My thing is, I don't even care that you were drunk there, but are you going to get on the road to drive? On top of it, she told us where she lived, because we were talking about the area and stuff. So you have to get on the highway and go home, and you are loaded. So yeah, that was the weirdest thing. But anyway, that was what happened yesterday. So we came home rested and ordered Outback and got my shrimp and ribs, and it turned out really good, really, really good. So that's what we did after I opened up some of the gifts that my kids got me. But we had a great weekend getaway. It was really nice to get out of the area, because our area where we live, we don't have like a big shopping mall. we'd have to go to DC for the major big shopping malls. So going to Richmond, it was like you felt like, oh, here is a mall that you're used to going into. Because the mall that was here before, I guess they shut it down. It wasn't that big or something. Hopefully they bring it back, but they're planning on putting a Home Depot. I'm like, why? Oh, geez, what for, in this area? So they got a Lowe's already, but they're putting a Home Depot. But I hope they do open up another mall, but I guess we don't have enough people here for that. So driving an hour is fine, because let me tell you, when I lived in Orlando, just getting to the mall that was right there in Orlando, the traffic was so bad that you would literally be like over an hour to get there. We're here, you can go into Richmond and do that. We won't need to do a hotel the next time, because we know now that it literally took us about an hour and 15 minutes to get where we need to go. So you just get up early in the morning, head on out there, do your little stuff if you want to have that mall experience, and hang out and eat lunch and just look around the area and stuff once in a while, and then just drive back home. Yeah, so that's what happened down there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna finish this up. It's early, but I'm glad I got my soup. I love to prepare my meals early, because then I can just relax and not have to worry about anything. My daughter started her 7:30 to 6 o'clock shift, and then she's gonna start driving herself after I start working. But for the meantime, I don't mind helping her out with the drive. It's not that far, it's just like a mile or two away. So yeah. So let me let this soup simmer, and then it's gonna be good. I don't like soup, but I make it because the kids like it. But I'll have just a little bit of it later. It's like having penicillin, I say. So I'll drink a little bit of it later. I don't like soupy, saucy things but I'll have a little bit of it later. Let me cover the pot and let it just simmer on low. So the potatoes, I'll probably cut the potato in two, because this soup is pretty much finished cooking. Because you don't want to boil out too much of your carrots and stuff. That's what I'll do. All right, guys, have a fantastic rest of your day. It is gloomy, rainy, bloom, bloom, bloom. It's gonna rain all week. I just love it. So I'm just gonna go sit down, get caught up on some shows. So I won't be going outside, but I do have my patio stuff covered. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy where I don't have to, shut down my umbrella. So, but I do have to move. I have to check my carpet to make sure it's dry and then move it, because it makes no sense to keep getting it wet. That carpet was on Amazon fail. It's not a carpet that is, how do you call, waterproof. It soaked that water up. So I'm gonna move it from there. Yeah. Otherwise, everything else is looking good. It's gonna rain, blah, blah, blah. Wasn't too windy this weekend because I don't see a lot of leaves out there. But let me go out there. Well, I'll get my son to go out there and take care of that for me. But yeah, let me open up these windows and the curtains and enjoy the view. Take care, everyone. Bye.